Hello everyone, Wendy Elkins here. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up a very basic assignment within Canvas. So again, we want to be on our modules page, which we currently are. So elementary view, just click on your modules tab. And now I'm going to add an assignment. So I'm going to come here, we're going to say it's in unit 0 and I want to add an assignment to this module. So I'm going to click plus and it defaults to assignment, but remember if you click this drop down, you can do all these things within the module. This is a brand new assignment, so create assignment and I'm going to say getting to know you better. I'm going to indent, like I've mentioned before. I think it really helps organize the modules and makes it very easy for kids to navigate through the modules when you use indentation. So, getting to know you better. And so what I need to do now is I want to go in and click on it. I want to go up here to edit. And as I have mentioned before, I think that it is very critical to always include what, why, and how on every page, assignment, discussion, whatever you're doing in here. So the what might be, hey, I want to get to know you better. Why? It's really important for me to understand as much as I can about you so that I can better help you in the classroom. So how are you going to do this? In the text box below, or however you're going to do it, you're going to tell me if you have any allergies, what are your likes, dislikes, whatever that may be, and then make sure you hit the submit button when you're all done. And so you could also include a picture here. You can upload an image and then you click there for on my desktop. And I've used this one before. And it puts it in there. And I'm going to say hands raising high in the sky so that any reader can understand what that image is and share that with the student that is using it. And then you hit submit and it's ready to go. So, but now we need to do some other things. So maybe we're going to say that this is worth 5 points. And it's going to fall into like maybe practice or performance. If you're a secondary teacher, this is really important because you can sync your grades to Infinite Campus. And in Infinite Campus, you have categories. Oftentimes we have practice performance and they might be 70-30%. You need to set these up in Canvas as well to match exactly and with the same weights. So once you have that set up, we're going to say this is performance. We want it to display as points. And now it's the submission type. So I want them to do this in a quick text box. So I am going to have them turn it in online. And I'm just going to say text entry, right? You could do some of these other items. You could do file upload if you want to. I wouldn't restrict the file type. That way they can upload anything. It could be a Word doc, it could be a Google Doc, it could be an Excel spreadsheet, it could be pages from an Apple product. So if you're going to allow them to do file upload, don't restrict the type. Then how many attempts? I'm of the belief that if a student wants to continue to improve their work on a regular basis, I don't want to limit them. If they want to continue to practice and do better, I'm not going to limit them. But you can say a limited number, and maybe you're going to say, I'm going to give you 4 attempts to do this. At this point, we're not going to talk about group assignments. That's a little more, and peer reviews, it's a little more complicated. If you are a secondary teacher and you've got everything set up to sync with Infinite Campus, you can check this button. And very important, if you are going to sync with Infinite Campus, you have to have a due date, and it doesn't sync until that due date. But it's also really important that if you're making an assignment today and tomorrow is the next quarter, you can't do that. It can't cross over quarters. So everything kind of needs to be in the same quarter. So keep that tucked into your mind, secondary teachers, but we are going to put a due date. I'm going to say it's due, I want them to do tomorrow. You can say available from and until, but generally I don't. You can assign it to everyone, or if you have individual students in the course, you can assign it to just individual students. However, please know that if you're a secondary teacher and you're syncing your grades, it has to be assigned to everyone to work. And so then I come down here, and if everything's all ready, I'm going to do save and publish. If you've only got part of it done and not all of it done, you can just hit save. Once it's published, students can see it. I always tell people to go back and verify that everything is working from the student view. So I will go back to my modules tab, and I will come up here, do view as student, and make sure that that assignment is there. As you can tell, it's there. So I'm going to click on getting to know you better. And in this instance, I might actually show this from student view the very first time to walk students how they're going to do this. So it's telling me it's in progress. There are 4 attempts allowed. Here is the information, and then here is the text box. And so you can do this, model this with a student. Students will input their information here. Again, they can add images or videos or whatever they want to, just like we could. Let me move this, and then they're going to hit submit assignment. Okay, so they get confetti, yay. And then I'm going to leave student view now. And the nice thing about this is, as a teacher now, you will see that 0 out of 1 submissions have been graded. So it's actually showing me test student. So I can go to SpeedGrader here, and it's going to pop up with the student stuff. They've put their information here. I can say, oh, 4 out of 5. And then I can give them feedback. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to say, please include more detail about your likes and dislikes. So let's say that was one of the things that you wanted them to do and they didn't put anything in there. And so this tells them, put more in there, and then submit. And I'm going to hit submit, and that feedback is going to go to the student. So it says your comment has been submitted. The student will get it. It's in the grade book and ready to go. If you are in this screen and you want to get back out to this main thing, you can go here, and then I can go into my grades tab, and I will see this test student on the grade book, and it's going to show me. I'm going to come over here. Oh, let's do a search. Oh, not student names, assignment name. So getting to know you better. Let's see if it's that one. Okay, so we've got this one, and I just gave them a grade. I could, oh, this must be the other one. Sorry, I had 2 in here. Let's click on the second one. Here we go. This is the one that I had. Notice I gave him a score of 4, which gave him a 60%. I can also get to the SpeedGrader here by clicking on the little arrow, and let me move, and I can go to the SpeedGrader through here. So know that you can get there as well. So this is creating a really basic assignment and adding it to one of your modules. If you want to kind of reset that student view every time, when you go into view as student, down here at the bottom, notice you can reset the student, and it'll no longer show up in your gradebook or in SpeedGrader as that. Now it's thinking right now, it's having to do a lot of information on all of this. But that's how you create a basic assignment. in Canvas and how you go in and grade it either from SpeedGrader or going into the grade book and getting to SpeedGrader from there.